What's going on, y'all? H-Stock here, going to be talking about this ongoing new beef that DJ Akademiks has with a YouTuber by the name of Saint and Sinner. It was at least a couple days ago when Akademiks ended up responding to what Saint said about him in a stream, I guess he did. And basically, to kind of make a long story short, he basically was saying Akademiks was fat. Akademiks responded to him.
Yo, chat, when y'all see me talk about this little red pill shit, it's lames like this I be talking about. Yo, whatever your name is, brother, this is why you're lame and nobody watches you, and that's why you're just a phony person. Bro, I'm not one person online and a different person than a real person. Like, everybody knows me. I'm gonna be the same way regardless. Let me tell you what's wrong with this whole red pill space and when I call it out. Sometimes people think incorrectly that I'm talking to specific dudes. No, I'm not. It's usually like lame ass niggas like this who actually believe, and let me tell you why they believe this, who believe in this two-facedness that should be happening. Let me just tell you how I gained my millions and I've made my empire. I did this through being honest. I did this through being myself. I didn't do this through being a snake oil salesman. Let me tell you what this means. Selling one image and being another. I'm like that. If anybody's cool with me, if anybody's friends with me, whether it's like the rappers, 6ix9ine, Youngboy, anybody, I'm not the nigga who's gonna be like this with you in private and like this with you in public. This is where I look at most of these niggas to be lame. Because most of these niggas know they're scammers. Most of these niggas know they're preying upon young men who really are impressionable because they're trying to sell them products. I don't try to sell products. I just be entertaining. But the majority of y'all are trying to sell the fact that y'all have game. This is why you're lame to me. Because y'all won't be individuals that are just yourselves.
Even though some will say, well, he responded to him because he tried to say that he would be throwing Fresh and Fit under the bus, blah, blah, blah. I think the real reason why he responded to him in the first place is because he called him fat. And then he went on a whole 30-minute rant because of this. And then you fast forward to yesterday, you had Saint end up doing a 2.5-hour live stream, pretty much on Akademiks' head top, all because he called the Saint broke. He called the Saint broke, and that's what prompted the 2-hour live stream. He ended up saying that Ak has like 5 days or something like that, trying to give him an ultimatum to issue out an apology before he puts out another roast. But it's interesting because both Akademiks and Sinner feel like that they're not on each other's level. Ak says Saint isn't on my level, and Saint says that Ak isn't on my level. So the question I'd have is, if y'all don't think that y'all are really on each other's level, then why even acknowledge it? Why even respond? Let's look at how things was back in the days of kings and queens. Like, you never once saw a king, go out by his castle or look down from a tower in his castle and respond to a peasant who got ripped up clothing. He listens to the peasant, but he just does nothing about it and just walks back in his castle so a burglary maid can wipe his ass. The only type of, person that a king would respond to is someone he felt like that was on his level. Like, a part of me just wishes that somebody would just let that shit go. But both Akademiks and Saint, they have built up a following where it's like, if somebody talks shit about them, they feel like, oh, you got to respond, you got to go in on it because, theatrics. Like, I understand why somebody would do that. It's because of the theatrics that come with it. The people who watch it on both sides view it as both entertaining and engaging, so they just end up watching it. And Saint, in his response to Akademiks, he was like making a whole bunch of insults, hurling a whole bunch of insults his way, from anywhere saying, oh, you're a nerd in a video game chair, you're a dweeb, you're this, you're that, using ancient old insults that's outdated as fuck by modern standards. But I can explain why I feel like that in a bit. But first, it was just a different, personal jabs and insults. He even, mentioned Akademiks' real government name, which was wild. It really came off as very high school or collegiate melodramatic. Like, why would you even, respond this way? A part of me would understand why anybody would respond this way, but at the same time, it's like, you got to look at it and just ask yourself, is this really worth me booting up a camera, firing up OBS or Streamlabs, whatever you use, and go live just to respond to somebody and then have to make a thumbnail just to get this whole thing ready? Like, it kind of, makes you ask the question, is it even worth making time for this? And both parties involved, they've built up their fan bases to where if their fan bases catch the wind of somebody talking shit about them, then they'll both be like, yo, y'all gotta do something. And if they say they're not gonna do anything, their fan base may not support them. I'm not saying that would entirely be the case, but it's one of the things, it's a possibility because it comes with the territory. But I will say it was kind of rather sus, talking about other man's looks, like worried about how the other guy looks. I mean, both of them are guilty of doing it. The act does it, center does it. I mean, I get it, theatrics, but it's like, if I'm gonna, talk about somebody, like, I'm not gonna, go after their looks. I'm gonna go after the talking point. You know why? Because that's what men do. That's how men handle things. Men attack things logically and with the thought process, and they don't, just want to do it on the sake of theatrics. But I understand, what I'm saying? It's one of the things I wouldn't do, but I understand the theatrics, the entertainment that comes with it, all that in a bag of chips. I completely get it. Now, to the nerd insults he was hurling at Akademiks, I mean, I get it. He figured it was going to be something that would really, get to Ak or hopefully touch Ak. But I think them insults in today's climate don't really affect anybody personally because of the way how gaming has evolved within the last 5 years, probably less than that. And we've seen an entire pendulum swing and paradigm shift where kids out of high school want to become, Twitch streamers playing video games and YouTubers playing video games, even compete in e-leagues to earn a cash pot prize for video games. Nerd, geek, dweeb, all that, it don't really, measure up in today's climate, because you call somebody a nerd, a geek, in today's world, they're going to take it as a badge of honor and a compliment because of how far gaming has come within, the last 4 to 5 years. They're going to say, yeah, I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, I'm all of that. I'm everything you want me to be. I am that. They're going to stand 10 toes on that. Like, them type of insults kind of remind me of insults that used to be hurled at women around the same time, over 10 plus years ago, when women would be out here getting called 304 and all types of derogatory names. Like, let's say if they, catch feelings for the all-star high school quarterback or the all-star high school wide receiver on the football team, and let's say something ends up happening and all of a sudden the entire school tries to go around to shame her using them same type of shaming tactics and the countless other types of derogatory slurs that would be hurled at her, which would be something that would at one point used to really mentally fuck with women. But nowadays, people like Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, they would be the ones to kind of like inspire that type of chick who may be going through something like that. In today's world, they may, end up having the mindset of like, instead of, feeling bad and, really taking it to heart about what somebody's saying about her sleeping with a high school quarterback with an all-star wide receiver, and a bunch of kids try to make her feel bad about it, clowning her, using a bunch of derogatory slurs. Nowadays, she'll probably say, yeah, I fucked him and I'll do it again. But hopefully you can understand the point I'm trying to make with both correlations, is that just like how them words like nerd, geek, and dork won't really affect any modern nerd today, using words like 304, other derogatory words to describe a woman doing that in high school isn't going to really affect her, because she knows who to look up to for support and be like, yeah, I did that, I'd do it again. But as it relates to this beef, this is probably going to go more left than it is going to go right. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Till next time, it's my H-Dog here, and I'm out. Peace.